You're listening to ExecutiveLeadersRadio.com. This is your host, Herb Cohen, with my co-host, Jake Leone, Corporate Interiors, Pat McGowan, Maximus, Andrew Plumley, Wisfis Bank, and Rory O'Hara, Ausperity, with Brandon Rost, B Marketing. And Rory, could you give us a rundown on who we have on the air today, please?
Yeah, Herb, we have a great show. We're going to start off with Dan Moscatiello, the owner and general manager of the training center, followed by Dan DiOrio, the CEO of Think Forward. We're then going to talk Jeff Mesco, partner in Philadelphia Market Lido at Armanino. And we're going to finish today with Marty Judge, the founder of the Judge Group.
Let's
We
get
also
to
have
our
a special spotlight guest today, Alex Gernchenko, the managing member of Doodle.
Thank you. Let's get to our first guest, Dan Moscatello, owner and general manager of the training center. Dan, what is the training center? What are you guys doing?
Training Center trains over 3,000 students annually in online and in-person certifications. Bottom line, we help people build careers, not jobs, but careers. That's what we want to do at the Training Center.
Perfect. Where are you from? How many brothers and sisters? And where are you
Oh,
in the pecking order?
I'm oldest of four, lived right outside of Trenton, New Jersey. And
All
yeah,
righty. 8 to 14. What were you doing 8 to 14 years old? What were you doing as a kid?
yeah, I mean, great childhood kid growing up in the 80s. I mean, Boy Scouts, ice hockey, swim club. My first job was at a produce stand, did that for a while.
Hmm.
A lot of
Hmm.
outside activity, a lot of
Hmm.
socialization. It was great.
A lot of socialization, huh? All
Yeah.
right. You like people. Brandon, you want to give me a hand, please? Getting to know
Yeah,
Dan?
definitely. Absolutely. Hey, Dan, how you doing? What was the conversation like around the dinner table about work ethic that you still carry today?
Oh boy, my father was such a hard worker. He was a teacher, he was a engineer, and it was filled with, grandparents, uncles, all in the space of trade. So we learned about energy, we learned about the systems, and it was great for me as a young man. I was able to learn all this much quicker than I felt like other peers because he had the advantage of having all that experience around the table.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
Rory?
Yeah, Dan, you mentioned that you started off at a produce stand. So, what did that experience teach you that still shows up today in how you run the training center?
Oh, it was amazing experience in the sense of applying hard work. I mean, that was an epic part of it. I mean, you're like this little guy throwing 50-pound bag potatoes on a up 20 feet. But I think I taught a lot of the right things to do and what not to do as well. You're around individuals that taught you what happens when you make a lot of mistakes in your life and don't do that. But today it
Hmm.
translates to hard work as the bottom line and what I took from that experience.
Gotcha. Pat?
Yeah, Dan, we talked about the training center being third generation. Just curious how young you were when you knew joining the family business was sort of in your blood.
Oh, it was, as a teenager through high school, I was helping my father. I piggybacked off of his passion for it and the difference he was making in people's lives. And, from passing out papers to helping them grade tests, it was inspirational. I was passionate about it right from the beginning and loved being
Andrew?
around them.
Yeah, thanks. Well, I would love to know a little bit more about your childhood. You're the oldest of four, very
Right.
close with your siblings. Talk me through your role as the oldest and in the family and how that correlates to running your business today.
Yeah, I mean, you learn a lot about leadership through a combination of sports and having strong family values. How do you inspire somebody to be the best version of themselves? And I think that was one of the roles I had as the oldest, and I think that translated really well into what I do today.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm. Jake?
Yeah, Dan, we talked a lot about your influences, experiences, your drive, but how does that contribute to how you approach the students there at the training center?
Yeah, we are have a core value at the training center, which is how do we help people build careers? They have to trust us when they're giving us funds for tuition and all that. And so what we try to do is give them the best value proposition by doing the right thing by them. And that's what feeds into our family-run community. I don't even like to really call it a business. I like to call it an organization to help people build careers. And those values have instilled in
Hmm.
all of our team members here.
Hmm. Brandon?
Yeah, Dan, you've created a grant, which is awesome. What did you learn early in life about who gets opportunities and who doesn't that drives how you invest in your students today?
Yeah, we try to do create a lot of opportunities for those that, are less fortunate so they can have a path into some prosperity. So we do that in a combination of ways. Grants one of them. We offer in-house tuition reductions for individuals that apply themselves the right way or have hardships, and that does well for our brand, and it does well for the stories that come after.
That's great.
Totally.
What like early on, like what made you drive and start that grant? Like what
Well,
when in your younger years? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was a couple things. But first, one of the big impacts in my life was my father was always helping people build careers, one of our mottos. And for me, side by side, as being young and being well coached, knowledgeable in the space, I, was working with him, and he had a student that was not particularly the smartest guy. This guy was not the brightest person in the space, and I could pick that up as a young man, knowing the space well. I take him to the side. I'm like, Dad, we can't help this guy get a license and a job. That's no good. He can't do the job. He shut me up, smacks me in the hand, says, "Be quiet." He's got 4 kids. He's got a wife at home. He's got to put food on the table. We're going to help him get a job, and then we're going to help him be successful in the job. He can do it. And that transformed me. That was a maturity step up right away, where I thought I just viewed the whole school differently. I understood what he was doing. And then I watched him his whole life get people jobs and offer them a path to prosperity. It was very
That's great.
inspiring.
Thanks. That's awesome.
So is that fundamental thought about you're going to help people get a job and be successful in their career? That's what separates you from any competition, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, we do build our programs from the field in, so that when students come to us, they're getting all the skills they need. So when they do go out and explore the job market, they're selling those skills to their employers, and we're seeing a tremendous success rate in their hiring.
So
Absolutely.
this is not just a job for you. This is or a business. So you really care about your people. Rory, what are you thinking? Where are you what are you picking up, Rory?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the success of the company is built on the success of each individual employee, and that's where you spend your time and effort. Where does that come from? Where's that theme, really foundationally built?
It's that combination of strong family values. It's a family-run organization, but we treat all of our team members as owners, and they have the same inspiration. I mean, it's really rewarding work when you're helping somebody have a pathway to that prosperity or career, and in a space, and particularly in trade space right now, which is underserved and has major shortages. It becomes more than you're not just coming to work. You're having a lot of fun when you're having success. So
And
it's
and
great.
how many folks are you able to help a year get careers? How many people are going through your school each
Yeah,
year?
we process over 3,000, but as far as building the technical career part of it, we do about 200 to 400, and that range varies depending on the scheduling of the programs per year. So it makes an impact here in our local community.
Mm. And you ever said, is there more of a demand or less of a demand for your services nowadays?
Herb, there's a massive demand. I mean, we have a little bit of a crisis. I mean, first, there was the millennial generation that uh, were not they were all college bound, and
Hmm.
nobody really went to the trades, combined with the boomer generation retiring out at fast age in the trades. So you have all that legacy knowledge that's coming out of it. We neglected infrastructure in this country, combined with the shortage. And then there's other aspects that are impacting the generation today, the youth, and that's
Hmm.
screen time and cell phone use. And of course, now you have AI into play, and it's messing up the job market. So trades are a staple now where there's security around it, and it's great discipline. They're great jobs. They pay well. You don't have to get in a lot of debt in a college degree. We have an expansion facility we're going to open that's 25,000 square feet that will then service over 1,000 students per year to build trades. And that's what we're really excited about. That's happening this year, and we're in the process of it now. Super excited about the future and doing it right.
Hmm. And you're in the greater Philadelphia area. You're planning to expand?
Yeah, it's right in central Jersey is the expansion area we're
Hmm.
looking at,
Hmm.
and Branchburg, New Jersey specifically,
Cool.
and it's
Hmm.
25,000 foot flagship
Excellent.
facility we're building.
What's the website address for this organization known as the Training Center?
Yeah, www.thetrainingcenter.com.
We've been speaking with Dan Moscatiello, who's the owner and general manager of an organization known as the Training Center. Don't forget to visit our website. It's executiveleadersradio.com. That's executiveleadersradio.com to learn more about our executive leaders. Stick around. We'll be back in a moment right after this quick break. Don't